It is a rainy fall afternoon, so no better time than now to work on some more homemade Christmas gifts. Last week in my video, I put together some Christmas gift baskets with some whipped body butter, sugar scrubs, soap bars, and some lip balm. And today I'm gonna be making some bath bombs. These make the perfect stocking stuffer for pretty much anybody on your list. But if you guys are wanting some more homemade Christmas gift ideas, I will link the video that I made last week down in the description box below. I have several different bath bomb recipes on my blog at earlyhouse.com, but today I am making my relaxing lavender bath bomb. In my opinion, lavender bath bombs can be one of the best ways to wind down after a long, stressful day. I love adding natural homemade products to my baths, and I have several different recipes for an herbal bath tea, rose bath salts, and even a bubble bath. I remember the first time I made bath bombs, I was a little bit intimidated by the process, but it actually can be very easy. I have found a few tips to make the perfect bath bomb every time. And the main thing is not getting your mixture too wet. I use a spray bottle to spray my dry ingredients, and I just do a couple of sprays at a time so it doesn't get too wet. And I will just test it by squeezing it in my hand, and once everything is held together, I know it is time to move on to the next step. I have found that it's really important to grease your molds with a little coconut oil before you put the mixture in. And if you have any issues getting them out, you can try tapping them with the end of a butter knife, and that will usually help to break them free. Because obviously when you take them out, you don't want them to separate and break. Next on my list today is I need to make some more laundry soap pods. I'm using a homemade laundry soap bar, and so that's why I measured it first to make sure I had the right amount of ounces. But on my blog, I share that you can use either a Castile soap bar, or you can even use a felt nappa soap bar, or I have recipes to make your own. I love these laundry soap pods because they reduce waste and they are so easy to pop in the washer. And also, making your own homemade laundry detergent really saves you so much money, and it really cuts down on toxins in your home. Anytime I show myself making my liquid laundry soap, which is the one that I make the most often just because it's so easy to make in bulk, and obviously I use a lot of detergent around here, I always get a lot of requests for a borax-free laundry soap, and so these are borax-free. I also have a powdered laundry soap and a nut laundry powder, all made without borax. I have done a lot of research on borax, and I find it to be an okay ingredient to use in my laundry routine, but I know a lot of people try to avoid that. So if you are, I do have several options to make your own without borax, and then I also do have the one with it depending on what you are looking for. We have 3 different Thanksgiving celebrations this week, and I am trying out a new recipe, at least a new recipe to me, for a possible dessert to bring. I am making my sister's sourdough pumpkin cobbler. You can find this recipe on her blog, farmhouseonboone.com. And I'll just tell you now, because I'm recording this voiceover after we already tried this, these were so good. And so I'll definitely be making these again. But on this day, I'm mixing together my ingredients for my topping of my cobbler today, and I will let this ferment overnight. Then I will finish up this recipe tomorrow. But this afternoon, I am going to spend a little time cleaning here here in my upstairs, and I'm also gonna be cleaning a little bit in our downstairs living room. As we move into the colder months, we start to really migrate downstairs into our little living space, because that's where our wood burning fireplace is. Now we have a gas fireplace up here in the upstairs living room, but it doesn't give off the heat like the one in the basement. Now, as much as I am a lover of summer and all of the light, and it's staying light until like 9 o'clock at night, during the winter there's something just so cozy about evenings spent downstairs by our fireplace with our family, either having a family movie night or game night or just reading by the fire. It's such a cozy little space. And so today, after I do a little cleaning up here, I'm gonna get downstairs and work on getting that space cozy and clean so it can be a place that we can enjoy all winter long. In the summer, I dream about lighting our wood stoves. It is just so cozy. It smells so good. It's so warm. I just absolutely love having a wood burning stove in our basement. And over the winter, this is the way that we heat our home. If we kind of keep up with it, as long as my husband or some of my boys help keep up with it and keeping wood in this, it is enough to heat our whole house, which is really nice because obviously that really cuts down on our electric bill. While on the topic of cozying up our basement for the winter, I want to thank today's video sponsor, FlexiSpot. We recently got the FlexiSpot Power Reclining Sofa XS4, and I absolutely love it. It is so comfortable and has so many great features for so many different things. So the one thing that I love about it most is that it has a massaging and heat option. I love getting massages, and so sitting down, pressing a button on a remote to get a massage is so luxurious to me. I also love it because it has a really high back, makes it very, very comfortable, and you can recline both sides of the sofa. It can be adjusted to different postures. It can be fixed or can adjust postures separately at the same time. This makes it much more cozy and custom for every single person. This makes it really easy for me to relax when I'm sitting down to read a book or read something to the kids, or even when my husband and I are watching a show at the end of the day. Something that I really love about that is at nighttime after the kids are in bed, we love to sit down and enjoy a movie, and sometimes we like to have a snack or a drink. And this sofa also has a table that folds down in the middle of it, with cup holders, so this makes it really easy and convenient to snack while watching a show without worrying about making any mess. A couple other great things about this sofa is they are convenient side pockets to slip a book in, a remote, or a phone. It also has a built-in charging port to make it easy to charge your phone or another device if you are using that while you are relaxing on the recliner. So if you have been looking for a really beautiful, comfortable recliner that has all of the features, you guys can check out the link in my description box below, and be sure to use my exclusive code XS480 to get an extra $80 off. Thank you again to FlexiSpot for sponsoring today's video. This morning I'm getting some broth going in my Instant Pot because I'm going to be making a soup later on. So for this I'm just adding in a bunch of chicken bones and some vegetable scraps, some spices, a bay leaf into my Instant Pot, filling it up with water, and then I'll just let this cook on high pressure for a couple of hours. I have this exact recipe over on my blog, OurEarlyHouse.com. This afternoon, I'm going to finish making my pumpkin cobbler and I'm going to get dinner started. I'm making a cheeseburger, soup, and cheddar biscuits for dinner. I love preparing dinner during nap time, so when the little boys wake up, I don't have to think about dinner. This is something I have been doing since I was a new mom, almost 12 years ago. I've always tried to at least prep dinner during the afternoon nap to make my evenings run a little smoother. But before I start on dinner, I'm going to finish up this pumpkin cobbler. So for this, I mixed together a couple of cups of pumpkin puree, some eggs, a little bit of brown sugar, milk, butter, vanilla extract, and some pumpkin spice. And I just put that in my cast iron skillet, and I will let that cook for about 25 minutes. And now while that is baking, I am finishing up my cobbler topping. I'm adding in the baking soda, baking powder, some cinnamon, salt, a little bit of cream, and brown sugar. Then I'll roll this dough out and just cut it out like biscuits to put on top of my pumpkin cobbler. For my cheeseburger soup, I'm going to fry up some bacon because I'm going to top the soup with some bacon, sour cream, cheddar cheese, some green onion. So I have that going. I'm getting my vegetables all ready to go. Then once I get my soup going, I'm also gonna be making some ice cream to go with this pumpkin cobbler. I thought it would bake a good afternoon snack when the little boys woke up. So we had the pumpkin cobbler and ice cream for a snack. And then I got this soup going. That will be our dinner later on this evening. Soups are one of my favorite meals to make. I love that they come together rather quickly and they're just so easy to serve. There's no dicing or condiments or nothing that has to be cut up. It just all is in one dish and you scoop it out, and so it makes it very easy to serve. And I also love that it's really easy to make ahead. This is one of the meals that I love making ahead because soups only get better the longer that they simmer. And so I'm going to get this going on the stove and let it simmer. We have an activity to go to tonight, and so when we get home, we will have a hot dinner ready to go. For my soup, I'm making some cheddar biscuits, so I will link this recipe for you guys down below. These are so easy and delicious, and whenever they were finished, I topped them with some herb butter, and man, they just melted in your mouth. Really delicious with my soup. I always like to make some type of roll or biscuit or bread to go with my soup. I just think it makes the meal so much better and filling. We have had a ice cream maker for several years. I'll link the one that we have down below. And it has been so fun to have. My daughter is usually the one that makes ice cream. She likes to get fancy and add in peanut butter and chocolate and strawberries, all different kinds. I'm just making a classic vanilla ice cream with milk, cream, sugar, and vanilla. And that will be for our little snack with our pumpkin cobbler. The bath bombs and my homemade soap have had enough time to dry, so I'm going to pop these out, and I'm going to add a few of these into the gift baskets that I made last week. And then I just like to store my laundry soap pods in a little mason jar, and I just like to keep these on top of my washing machine. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I get out a new video every single Friday.